All right, welcome to the Durrty Murray podcast. I'm Tyler. To my left is Jerry,
Hello.
And we have a special guest tonight on the show. This guy's pretty well known in the business world of Northwest Georgia and Chatsworth specifically. His main job to me is to make idiots like me do business. Is that a fair synopsis of what you might...
Let me just say, fine young man like yourself.
Idiots like me do business.
Well, we're very proud of you, idiot. So,
What is your official title, Barry, at the Murray County Chamber?
President and CEO.
Ooh, nice.
Oh yeah,
That's fancy.
Nice bling
Sounds
to it.
fancy, right?
It does sound fancy. So before we get into the meat and potatoes of this, I wanted to tell Jerry about our little interaction earlier, and then clear up some things that I've been wanting to actually explain, and this gives me a perfect opportunity to.
Uh-oh.
So it's about 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm rolling downtown, and I see Barry coming out of the chamber. And I'm super excited. We just informed Barry that he was our first interview.
Yes.
So I'm super excited. We got the podcast going, and we're doing our first interview. I said, rolled my window down. I said, Barry, you ready for the podcast? You know what he says? He says, I wish you wouldn't have called it Durrty Murray. Completely blew the wind out of my sails, Barry.
I've done that a lot to a lot of people.
But that leads me to this, and it gives me a cool time to explain a little bit before we get going. So, and I think you'll appreciate this. One reason that I wanted to have you on the show is because I like the fact that you're pretty straightforward with people. You're not fake. You tell people, how you feel. And, we have a business relationship. We don't know each other that well. But still, you felt comfortable enough around me to blast me in my time of excitement. And that's what I love about you. And that's why you're here. But I will tell you, you'll appreciate this. So, how did Durrty Murray come about? So I've heard that term kind of thrown around here for the 20 years, right?
Yeah.
So
More.
Back when I was a fledgling musician, broke fledgling musician, I had to do all my own recording. So I couldn't pay for studio time or none of that. Definitely didn't have a record label at the time. So to make myself look cooler, I came up with a fake record label name. Mm-hmm. And you want to know what that was? Durrty Murray Entertainment.
Oh.
And so, cycle back to now, it is a reminder to myself to not be fake. Don't try to be somebody that you're not. And just to be real. And so I think you might appreciate that a little bit more now.
Yeah, humble beginnings.
Maybe you like it a little bit more now that you know the background.
Well, knowing you, I'm just not surprised with anything.
Gotcha.
So.
He's been trying to get me to play music for him for a couple of years.
2 or 3 years, yeah. That's how we first met. I heard, I found that you had an alias kind of thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the music days they're few and far between now with the kids and the job and all that.
Yeah, that kind of puts it down.
Yeah, but so...
Darn.
Let me start out with this. Barry, I'm jealous with you.
Are you?
I'm jealous.
Well, okay.
And
I'm a
let me
little
tell
jealous.
you why. So let me set the scene. I'm pulling up again at downtown. I'm pulling up at a red light. I'm in my Jeep. I'm blasting my NPR. Just all up in my nerd zone. Mm-hmm. I'm sipping my orange cream float Alani. Just total Nerdville. You know what pulls up alongside me? That burnt orange pimp mobile. Barry's not driving. Barry don't drive that thing. Do you ever drive it?
I do.
Okay. Most of the time I see you, you've got a driver. And, dude, y'all were rolling 5 deep, Entourage style.
Oh.
So, what is it like to have a posse, Barry?
I didn't know I had a posse.
Everybody knows, man.
It was
I'm jealous.
I don't think the police is a posse.
I'm sitting here by myself listening to NPR and sipping girly energy drinks. Barry's just rolling in like Gangster's Paradise, man.
Oh wow, I don't remember that at all.
It's every day I see you.
I do see you with the posse,
shy.
though. I do.
Oh, my gosh.
And I do get a little jealous, too, because the only posse that I have most of the time is the grandkids. You know what I mean?
And that's special.
But you've got like a little group of followers, friends
Yeah.
that
Yeah. And sometimes
Tyler
I'm
would call
probably trying to get something out of them to further Murray along, but I pretend like I like most of them. So
That's all you gotta do is
I'm a
act
good
like
actor.
you- Yeah,
I'm a good
That's all
actor.
you got to do. It's showbiz.
I have a lot of awards in my office for that.
All right, so let's get into it. I want to, throughout these interviews, I want to learn more about our guests personally. You know, a lot of these people we're going to bring in, we know what they do for a day job and how important they are to the community, but I really want to dive in a little deeper to let people know who is Barry effing Gentry, you know? I want to know the nuts and bolts. I want to know what time you were conceived, who does your hair, and what you ate for breakfast. All right?
Notorious BFG is what you want.
So let's start out. Where are you from?
Well, I was born in Cartersville,
Sweet.
Oh wow.
just about 45 minutes down the road.
Awesome.
And chamber was never part of the plan. You may keep rolling?
Yeah.
Go.
So-
It's your floor now.
Are you familiar with Cartersville?
A little bit.
I'm sure you've heard of Telus Museum,
Yeah.
Yes.
the
Oh, yeah.
Booth Museum, and the Savoy. Well, I worked for the owner of those when he owned a cable TV company way back when.
Cool.
I started in my 20s there.
Distant days.
Oh, yeah, so long ago. I was
So
20.
nice.
You got a better hairline than me, though.
Well,
does.
it's,
He
it's been
definitely does.
it's been leaving since the 80s. So, but I thought I would be cable TV forever. I was
Right.
operations manager, customer service, and then all the mergers. Corporate America happens, and it wasn't fun anymore. So
Right.
I had an opportunity to volunteer at the chamber when I worked at the cable company in Cartersville, and then they hired me. When I had said, I'm done with the cable, I'm going to see what happens. And so Cartersville, Bartow County Chamber of Commerce was my first chamber gig.
Awesome. So how long were you there?
Oh, I was only there 2.5 years.
Okay.
And then
They
I,
kicked you out pretty quick.
I had to brag on myself. My boss there was from Iowa. And so she went back to Dubuque, Iowa, which is one of my homes in my heart. And she recruited me to the
Yeah, was
Midwest where it was cold. But she did it in 2008 where everything was kind of bleak.
Yeah.
So she said, come up and be my government affairs person. And I said, I hate that government bleep. But I tried it. I thought, So I packed up my belongings and moved to Iowa.
Nice.
And I was there 12 years.
Dang.
So I'm 20 years into the chamber industry.
Well, so what's the culture shock between Iowa and here? Is there any similarities or
Similarities.
accents a little different? I'm sure.
Similarities that I can't say recorded. Well, I would think that it's just a good work ethic,
Yeah.
both places.
Yeah.
Now, Murray has been, had his challenges. They won't change. They don't want change. But I'm an agent of change.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I want to keep the heart of Chatsworth, the heart of Eton, the heart of Murray.
Right.
But I think you could have the heart and still have options, to do,
yeah. Like, my theory, just from being in the business world, is adapt or die.
I think so.
You got to roll with the punches and not get stuck in your ways, or you're going to get left behind.
I agree.
Right.
Really
Oh, yeah,
quick,
for
especially
sure.
in the technology age. The way I've done business since going back to 2020, a lot of stuff changed.
Yeah.
Everything went electronic. Nobody wanted to touch anything, or so just in a couple of years, it's changed so much that you have to. And unfortunately, I see a lot of businesses around here fighting it. And you can only fight for so long.
And it's fearful, and nobody likes to be afraid. So instead of facing the fear, they just kind of don't do it. I mean, 2020, I never wanted to have another Zoom call as long as I lived.
Yeah.
And like even now with board meetings, I give a Zoom option, but I got to have that face-to-face
Well,
interaction.
see, it's when I first met you, that's when I think when you first came to Murray County.
Probably.
And so when you was telling, I would hear y'all talk about all this stuff, and I was like, oh, I don't want that. You know what I mean? And then I seen what you was doing and what you was bringing in. I was like, oh, okay, this is what we needed. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're fighting a little bit here and there, but no, I mean, this is you're really what I feel like Murray County needed.
Well, it's to benefit everybody.
Yes.
And sometimes, change, I don't like change, but I know what it's, the end game
Right.
benefits everyone. And so, like having you guys, Little Rome, by the way, on like I call it the new Main Street, 2nd Avenue.
Right.
It's kind of like the new Main Street. It's fantastic that I get to tell folks that come in from Atlanta and Iowa and who knows where, anywhere I invite people from, that I get to say on 2nd Avenue, you could have hibachi, Italian, and meat and three, and a gourmet hot dog.
Yeah.
And a bougie coffee.
Yeah.
It feels good. So and I think the folks that have been here for years and years and years, it only helps customers recognize and find them too. So,
Right.
and you know the drill. So,
And being in a small town, you've got a lot of generational businesses. I myself am in a generational business, and so it's all about motivation. If you don't have anybody that you want to pass a business down to, maybe you do just coast and don't go with the flow and keep your ways. But a lot of businesses here have families, children they want to pass their businesses on to, and they're going to have to change if they want these kids to have. Maybe they want to run the business. Maybe they just want to keep it in the family. But like I said, adapt or die.
I agree. Look, my dad was a minister.
Might be a slow death.
So that explains a lot because, the preacher's kids, but he would always get up and say, church, if we're not growing, we're dying.
Yeah, something's wrong.
And who wants to go to the death of your town? Who wants to go to that funeral? So not me.
Exactly.
So, and I'm not from Murray. I'm just, down the road, but my bed is in Murray. Yeah. So where my bed is, that's where my heart is. So
I'm in the same boat. I'm just across the line in Whitfield County is where I live. Native.
That's okay.
Chatsworth.
Yeah, I know you are.
But I live here. Basically, the day-to-day is here.
And your business is
pretty
here.
much. Yeah, so.
And I have to tell Tyler, before Tyler even met me, I think I waved at you once at your restaurant. And then that's when I had the brainchild to do Dancing with the Murray Stars. And I called Tyler and I said, hey, would you throw me some free pizzas my way? And you were like,
I do not remember that.
You did. You gave me like 20.
Just a nice guy.
He is a nice guy. He
That's
is
when
a
you
very
had
sweet
me
guy.
like
Very sweet guy.
That's when Tyler was my bud.
I probably didn't eat supper that night.
Well, I'll have to go.
No,
I'll get you a pizza.
No, we love doing that stuff for the
It meant a lot.
community
And so
and everything.
and when people believe in what you're doing and trust you, it means a lot.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
No problem at all, man. So I'd like to get your thoughts too on Chatsworth's relationship with small business and how much of a barrier are big box retailers to our small town life. Everybody says shop small. It's good in theory,
Right.
but is it feasible to do? Can people shop small on a consistent basis? But what's your thoughts on the kind of the takeover? We've got $1 billion generals, and it's coming. So what's your thoughts on the fight of big box coming into Chatsworth?
Well, that's a good question, and I have to keep the philosophy of all high tides rises all ships, and I think that sadly often, Tyler, and you probably know this too, everybody that opens a business is not going to succeed in business because they think
the odds are that they won't.
Right, and they think that they can put Atlanta or Chattanooga prices on things and make it. You can't.
Yeah, you can't.
You've got to know your, I call it, your market analysis. You've got to know who is in your zone, your radius. So I think, and I'm not anti big box. But I'm more pro small business, because that is the blood of the chamber. 85% of our members are small business, and small to me is probably under 200 employees. So, and that you could find 500 definitions of that. So, but I believe if you have quality, if you don't have quality product, I don't care if you're a boutique or a restaurant or a pharmacy, customer service, if you don't have excellent customer service, like a Jerry over there, she's fantastic, then you're not going to do okay.
We kept her around a while.
Well, she
keeps leaving,
Hey,
and
she
somehow she
does?
just keeps coming back.
I just keep coming back.
She was my favorite at a little
I don't
place.
even officially
Thank you.
hire her back. She just shows up.
I just showed up and I was like, "Hey, I'm here."
Well, that's pitiful. Bless your heart. But I knew Jerry when she worked at Sheila's place.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't-
how we met.
I forgot the name of that restaurant.
Shirley Lanes.
There you go. And she was the sweetest thing.
She gets
Thank you.
around.
You used to be
She was so
sweet.
sweet, and I thought that lady, she's got good customer service
Thank
skills.
you.
Yeah.
And I think I even said to her one time, "You want to come work for me?"
Yeah.
Didn't I say that?
I think you
You're
did.
trying to poach her. I have feelings of. I'll go to McDonald's or Walmart. Usually places where you get zero
Yeah.
customer service, and they'll be that shining star that talks to you one time, and
You're like, wow.
You're like, holy, can you come? I just want to say, what are you making?
But you know what? Sadly, compared to all the other colleagues, they might just be the better one on that shift. And
yeah.
then not just
Yeah.
No, you do get a pearl sometimes, and that's I found a diamond in the rough. And I don't mean rough, but Spencer Page. I know you guys know him. He's hiding in the corner. He's going to kill me.
Yeah.
He's
Get over
he's a fantastic hire. So
Yeah.
Is he part of the entourage, the posse?
He is.
he probably
He's
don't want to
number-
say that.
He's
but,
number 2.
he's a Robin to my Batman.
Yeah, that's what I was fixing to say. That's just. But now I do have a question. Like, what's something that you wish that people would know more? What the chamber's involved in over. Because there's a lot of people that says, "Oh, the chamber don't do nothing," blah blah blah, and I hear that.
And you'll hear it forever and ever. And,
so what's something that you can let them know?
well, if they're talking about you, that means they're
yeah.
curious
Any
about you.
Publicity is good publicity.
And
That's
so,
right.
and every place, I've been at 3 chambers, and it was always the same. What do you do? What do you do?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you what I can do.
Right.
I can get people curious about your business, and I can get traffic to your street. It's up to you to have them ring the cash registers.
Right.
If you outprice, or you have inconsistent hours, or you act like you don't care about what you're opening or whatever,
Right.
I can't help you with that.
Right.
And I've always wanted to start. You don't steal this idea from me.
I don't have time to steal
right
it.
A customer service intel, CSI,
Yeah.
like to rescue business.
Oh,
Well,
yes.
all right. Can I tell you my idea?
Go ahead. Maybe we'll partner up.
I wanted to start.
right here?
I actually got some plans drawn out for this idea.
Okay.
It was basically a mystery shopper company that if but it's businesses policing themselves.
Mm-hmm.
If I was concerned that customers weren't getting served great in our dining room, I would call this company and I would fill out a form. Exactly what did I want somebody to look for?
Sure.
Are they upselling you? Did they offer this? Were the bathrooms adequate? Did they have paper towels and toilet, like that little stuff that as a
That
business
matters.
owner bugs you?
Yeah.
And you're always thinking in the back of your mind, what these people are doing when you're not there. So that was my idea for businesses policing themselves.
I think you should do it, and you can even steal the CSI if you want to. Yeah. But it's hard to do that because you can't really hire people from Murray because everybody,
Right,
because they know you. But I agree, shop owners when they hang their shingles, that's their guts and glory.
Right.
But and for the exception of Jerry and Spencer, no one's going to run your business like you do. I mean, they won't. They don't care if the bathroom's not clean today.
And
Let's
as a
do it
business
tomorrow.
owner, you
Right,
have to
yeah.
accept
You
that.
do,
Yeah.
and you just have to know that. But the buck stops here.
Yeah.
So, but I just wish they knew what all we do behind the scenes.
Right.
We counted up last year, counting ribbon cuttings. We did 155 development events.
Nice.
We do a women's leadership. We do a leads program. We do a DC trip. We of course never do the fluffy stuff like the golf outing.
Right.
And we want to do. We're going to hopefully introduce a clay shoot next year.
Nice.
And
That's different.
it is. I
Now
did
is-
that myself, and it was fun.
Now, is this something that's it? This is something I don't know. When y'all host these events, do these events, like the money that is raised, do they go to certain programs? They go to certain.
It goes to the chamber's operational budget.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we raise, me and Spencer raise every penny that comes in this
Right.
chamber. So it's sponsorships, memberships, programs like Dancing with the Stars and Black Bear
Okay.
Festival.
Yeah.
And for every penny we get, as far as like a tourism that goes right back into billboards and radio and TV, and
So it's
just feeds the
recycling
machine.
through.
it does. And
it is feeds
I mean,
it.
every morning I wake up thinking, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
I got to raise money today.
Yeah, I got to do something.
But then we have the young professionals. We have, golly, and then we're partnering with the school systems. I know you mentioned the YES and the AIM. Can I just roll? You want
go
give me
ahead.
weight on that?
I was going to ask. This is a program that I wish was probably around when I was in school, and that would have probably helped me get motivated a little earlier to get in the business game, and not to hate on the educational part of school, the math and the language, but I feel like there's a need for every profession. There has to be plumbers. There has to be firemen and DoorDash workers and all these different people.
Sure. Yeah.
And the sooner that you can introduce a kid to a trade, and like I said, education is awesome with, if you're going to go to college for math or social studies, science, all this kind of stuff. But, most kids don't. And I don't know what dropout rates are now, but I feel like back in the day they were really high. And maybe if they had an outlet to choose a different path in life earlier, that maybe they would have stayed in school a little longer.
I agree.
So tell me, this program is called AIM. So what does AIM stand for?
Advancing Murray Entrepreneurs. Gotcha. And that's out of my head.
Gotcha.
This is I gave birth to this program.
Okay.
And in my previous chamber, I had a lot of freedom to do that too. I was a senior vice president for 12 years, and that was a great seat to be in. The second seat where you didn't have to respond to the board of directors, which I'm lucky. I got a great board, great support. But not everybody wants to go to college. And not everybody wants to work for someone.
I wanted to. Didn't work out.
That's all right. Look at you.
Well, I'll take that. I got my associate's degree, which is,
Hey, look at you. You're on Second Avenue now.
Well, it was associates of business, but I tell you, learning the hands-on the approach,
the hard knocks,
it's the way to go.
I agree with you.
Textbooks can only get you so far.
Yeah, and it's kind of boring. Yeah. But like you said, I do love. We have a quality school system, in my opinion, and I get to work with the superintendent of schools and the Durrty with the PR, and Brooke Young is who was brave enough to say yes to Spencer and I on this program, and we did it last year. And we had 17 graduate the program.
That's awesome.
This year, it kicks off this Friday. And I believe we have 23, right, Spencer? I'm looking off. He hates that. I'm looking off into oblivion.
Yeah.
But we're so excited, and business plans, the social. We might have you come and speak if you're available. Social media marketing. On a shoestring budget. Don't say yes to everybody that comes knocking at your door, because that first 3-5 years, it's kind of bleak.
Yeah, it's rough.
But you can, and you know this, you can make something happen in Chatsworth.
Right.
But it takes some nights that you probably cried.
It takes some
time.
And takes some scary, some maybe ulcers. Mm-hmm. But we got florists, would-be florists, landscapers, Junk Holloway, I think it's called. What's it called, Spencer?
A Junk Holloway?
It's that little Hewlett guy. He's going to do his own little... I forgot. Yeah, so he has a cool little name
I
for
use
it.
people like that. I'd have so much
Me
junk
too.
in my house.
And so last year there was a young man. He takes away dead trees and all that mess. So I hired him, and I've just 2 or 3 folks that I've already spent money with, and they get a free booth.
Awesome.
In the Crown Building.
That's awesome.
Okay.
It's just kind of, and it just you should see their. I mean, they're so happy.
I bet.
It's got to be fun to see.
Oh, well,
see their excitement.
It is, and like you said, there is no business pathway in the high schools, and I thought, well, and I didn't know. I just have ideas and say, who will say it? And when they said that to me, I'm like, sometimes it's a God thing.
Right.
A lot of time, all the time, it's a God thing. But it was just kind of like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
So here we go, year 2.
That's awesome. Nice. So is there any ongoing, I guess y'all plan on checking back with these kids and keeping up with them. And
that's the hardest thing. Once they graduate from high school, they're kind of poof.
Yeah.
Right.
But
I guess when you see the storefronts that they've created and they're still there 2, 3, 4 years later.
We might have had a hand in that.
You've done a good job.
And you might know the little guy, Carson Carroll, that works at the Crown.
Yeah.
He was one of the students.
Okay.
And, they may decide, hey, I tried this. Right. It didn't work. Yeah. And that's okay. because it may be like I always call it a boomerang. They may come back to it.
Right.
So, and then we also are partnering with Georgia Power for a YES program. Don't you love all these acronyms?
So what's YES?
You're employed and skilled.
Nice.
And that's for those that want to work maybe in Mohawks of the world and Q-Cells of the world. So they'll be in a 6-month, and it's brand new. This is a brand new program. It starts in January. So at the end of the 6 months, they will be interviewed and hopefully hired at the end of that. So we're excited about that.
That's a happy medium between those who want to be in business with themselves and, those that don't really want to take that leap yet, but are making strives to, be a productive member of society. And not everybody has to own a business. Like you said, there's a need for every kind of skill and trade.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. And back to Jerry's question, that's what the Chamber, if anybody can learn one thing about the Chamber of Commerce, we focus on workforce. We want everybody to have a quality job, not just a job. And I'd like for them to consider it a career.
Right.
So there's so many folks that settle for second, and we want to make sure they know. And I don't care where you work as far as Dalton, Calhoun, but I want you to buy a house in Murray County.
Yeah.
I want you to call this home because you can't live anywhere more beautiful.
This town has an angle that most towns around here don't have, even Dalton, and it's this big old mountain that we've got, sitting behind us. And there's some other places that have mountain. Dalton has, but not that big and not that, prominent.
Beautiful.
And especially in the downtown area. And that mountain, as old as it is, will continue to draw in people.
Absolutely.
And I see it just meet at the restaurant and, just people going up and staying at the mountain and, staying at the RV park down 411. And so it to me, I see it. I see a growth and I see it. I see y'all's hand in it. And I think we're moving forward slowly, but we're moving.
It takes, and when I always laugh and say, I don't know if you know Steve Smith from the Water Authority. Yeah, he said, Barry, 3 to 5 years. It takes 3 to 5 years. I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah.
It does. It's like dating somebody.
Yeah, well, that's like, being where I am, little worm working and on the floor.
Little worm.
I see a lot of people coming in there that, they're not from here. You can pick out. You can pick out people. And so the latest one was a gentleman that moved here from Michigan. He was looking to build in Canton, and his realtor said, no, we want to, go to Chatsworth. That's where you want to go. And because his realtor was like, from 3 to 5 years, Murray County is going to be the town or Chatsworth is going to be the town.
I think I agree to that because I know that, Blue Ridge and LJ, they're kind of landlocked and they're kind of, and their infrastructure. People, and I don't want to be bashed when I say this, but the folks that sort of underappreciate Murray are those who are from Murray. Mm-hmm. They don't realize how beautiful. And people want to be in a beautiful place. They want to be in a town with low crime, safety. But our infrastructure is spread out. You can breathe here. There's oxygen.
Yeah, I think they take for granted only because the lack of experience in other places. I feel like those people aren't cultured in going to Chattanooga, which parts of Chattanooga are really great.
Yeah.
Parts aren't.
Some are not.
Same thing with Atlanta. But, parts are really awesome. I don't go to some parts.
Same.
But here, there's just a consistency of just beautifulness and hospitality, and people get locked into being from here their whole life.
Sure,
I think.
And and if we bring a Dunkin' Donuts in, we're not trying to kill Donut Palace because there's
I love me some Donut Palace.
And
anyway,
if we bring Dunkin' Donuts, we're not trying to kill Red Rooster.
Yeah,
it's totally different. One's for fast convenience. The other is social.
Yeah, and I wish people could see that. And you're always going to have the people that we don't need this, we don't need that. And I mean that's a given. But people, All you gotta do is just keep shopping where you're shopping.
Right, and if you don't want to go,
don't go.
Don't go. But maybe your
Don't.
kids do,
Yeah.
and that might be something that keeps them here.
Yeah,
you know,
and new businesses, especially competitive businesses with others that are already here, it creates a lot of talk. But as business owners, if you're a business owner that doesn't like new business coming in, I think that's just from your own insecurities,
Perhaps.
of your own business.
Yeah.
You need to know that if another restaurant that it has any similarities that you have, if they come in, you got to know that you can outdo them. You can outwork them.
Sure.
You've got a leg up on them most of the time, and you've been here a lot longer. Hopefully you got a better customer base, and I just think it comes from insecurities of their own businesses that.
Yeah, and I like what you said. Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
If you get somebody coming in, and maybe you do need to step it up a couple of notches.
Yeah, for sure.
If your customer service has gone a little bit
I
lax.
find myself getting complacent a lot, just in the everyday monotony of the same
Yeah.
old deal. And sometimes something sparks me,
Sure.
whether it's, from another business or, especially like with marketing. I look at other people's marketing sometimes, and I'm like, God, I got to get on the ball with this, with
I hear
the
you.
after die thing. And so it sparks me to get off my butt and
Yeah.
start doing it. So
We're the same way. If I see another chambers doing something, I'm like, crap, why not
Yeah,
think of
why
that
am I not
first?
doing that? Oh, yeah,
I
'cause
should have
I'm
done that first.
yeah.
I like being first.
Yeah,
but then
competitive.
other chambers call us and say, hey, how did you make that happen in a small
Right.
community? I said, well, we're not really small. Our county is really big.
We're big.
And, mileage wise.
Yeah.
And people are going to come to Murray. I mean, if I had a business in Murray County, Eton or Chatsworth, I'd be excited because
Yeah.
the growth is coming.
Oh yeah, it's good to get in early.
It is,
and all
we
that
want,
stuff.
and I don't want to ever be anti growth because that's death.
Yeah.
But we want it to be controlled.
Yeah.
And
Oh, for sure.
I
Yeah.
always say we like going to Tybee Island, and Tybee has restricted, chain restaurants and big box retailers, except for one, and it's an Arby's that got grandfathered in. It's the coolest looking
That's funny,
Arby's too.
yeah.
But so that's the other end of the spectrum. You just completely lock yourself out. Now they have the beach as main tourism thing.
People are going to come.
And so, maybe we'll get to that point. Maybe these mountains will get so popular that, we can control, the who's coming in.
Sure.
But right now, it's kind of, you got to accept anybody. You got to accept another dollar store 2 miles down the road,
Well, and if people gripe about that, but they sure do ring those cash registers.
I go
They
to
sure
Dollar
do.
General
Yeah.
all the
There's,
time.
every time you go by one, the parking lots are full. There's people coming in with buggies. You really can't gripe about it if you're shopping it.
Well, you
Yeah.
might see my orange car at one of them because
Oh, yeah.
I call mine my neighborhood market.
Yeah.
That's what I call it. But you know what? And it's funny if I can kind of get just like you hear different cities doing different things, and I know Chicago is 5,000 times bigger than us, but they've got ordinances where $1 store, and I think Family Dollar is probably the biggest up there, but you can't build with a certain miles of a grocery store. So they try to keep the competition fair, if you will.
Okay,
I like
yeah.
that. Mm-hmm. So I got things in my head because I don't want it to be a Dollar General community. And we're not the only ones. I mean,
Yeah,
you go to
no,
Cartersville, Calhoun, everybody's fighting the same angst, I
Right,
guess. But,
exactly.
Well, there's obviously a need for it here.
evidently.
Yeah, I like going out.
The only way they're not going to come is if you stop going.
Yeah.
Keep
the ones that are fussing on, I
yeah.
call them keyboard cowards.
Oh, yeah.
They're the ones ringing up the
Keyboard
cash register.
Cowboys. I thought that's what you were going to say.
No, cow words. But and then we have a contract with a retail coach, so he comes and quite regularly, and we want to say what's next. Now I'll just tell you my wish list. I've been working, and Spencer knows this, for 3 years on a Chick-fil-A, and it's a numbers game. But as we grow, they come. And now I get to say, hey, Dunkin's coming and Waffle House is coming.
Exactly.
Just little bits and bits and
Oh,
bits.
yes.
So it's going to
Yeah.
it's going to roll. So
I'm a little upset about that Waffle King leaving. I just want to let everybody know.
well,
I'm
bless your heart.
It hurts my feelings.
Well, you could buy it.
No, I don't want it. It did hurt my feelings, but it's okay though. I
I'm
like
going to have to
Waffle
give her a
House,
raise.
too.
Well, it's sad. Sometimes tradition.
Yeah, for sure.
A
And
new,
that's what
a
it
new
was.
tradition builds. So, and and like I said, the chamber's never to kill business
For sure.
ever. But if our young folk need something to do and
Oh, yeah.
quality places and quality shopping, restaurants, and I love your building's beautiful, and I love what Saucy Bones has done, and I love what Duncan's doing.
Yeah.
It's just fun to be here
Cool to
right
watch.
now. It is,
It's a cool time to, but because as much change has happened, in reality it hasn't changed that much.
Sure.
And to think of what we're gonna be,
Oh, yeah, it's exciting.
10 years
Yeah.
from now.
Yeah.
Well, I love you
it's
saying that
cool.
because I think we're keeping the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, as
Wouldn't
long
you
as you
say?
don't lose the core
Yeah.
of which is small business.
Yeah.
As long as you don't lose that, then you can keep your culture. And like I said, we're always going to have these mountains in this downtown area, and the outskirts.
Well, I had
Big box can go all.
It's going to do what it's going to do.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have a couple of tables that come in on Saturdays now, and they drive from like Cleveland, they drive from Chattanooga to come to Chatsworth to shop and eat. Like it's really nice to hear people saying, "Oh, we go to Chatsworth now to hang out instead of going to Blue Ridge, LJ." Like they're actually coming here, and it's
love
really
that.
neat to
And,
see.
I'll say this, and we'll move on to the last thing. But I feel like, maybe 5 years ago, especially the downtown area, it was a direct destination kind of thing. If you were at home, you said, "I needed to go here." You went there, and then you left. There was none of this ripple effect of, "I want to go shopping. I'm going to go to the Crown Craft," and then I catch out of the corner of my eye the coffee shop, and then there's this other thing. There's so many ripple effects happening
Right.
now that weren't there, and I think and it's almost like a retention rate. How long can we keep people in downtown in a specific
Right.
Yeah.
transaction? Basically,
Well, and what I've learned in economic development, and that's not really what chambers usually do. Chambers are usually the service after the sale. Here, we're doing both, and it's very exciting. Spencer loves economic development. I'm an instinct
he's trying his best to get
him
you
over here. Yeah. We're both. He's gonna be mad at me. But we leave early in the morning for Savannah. We're also leading a housing effort here that we just got certified for. So we have to present in Savannah this week about what we're hoping to do, with quality development and stuff like that. But real quick, I was thinking, and I hope you're okay with this, that I think restaurants, like when you go to a party, everybody gathers in the kitchen, right? If I wouldn't care if every building down here was some sort of restaurant, because that causes everybody to be sidewalk happy,
That is
And
kind
they
of
are right.
that's the direct destination that I would sure. Let's go eat and see what happens.
And everybody wants to eat.
Yeah, that's the main purpose for the visit, and then you have all these auxiliary tributaries that people can go to. Options.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because really, I mean, like even 2 years ago, you looked downtown Chatsworth, and there was nothing really down there to walk.
I always say that you could have fired a cannon down Market Street, probably not hit anybody 5 years ago. I got here in 21, and I'm not the reason. I've just had a lot of people believe in what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's a lot of change since 2021.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's beautiful to see. Like, I mean, it's because I'll even take the grandbabies and we'll walk to Shaky Mud or we'll go over to Red Rooster and get. I mean, it's just nice to be able to stay downtown and do more than just one thing.
Well,
now.
I think you've posed in front of a mural or two.
Oh yeah, we have. Took pictures here and there.
Those are fun, and we've had people from
Oh, yeah,
good
those
Lord,
are so
all different
cute.
countries. What's the country that they were from? The Netherlands.
Oh, that's
Isn't that
so
crazy?
neat.
We have quite a bit of tables that are regulars that I don't know what countries they're from, but like Jerry said, you can pick them out. They're not from.
It's
they're
cool,
not from
right?
here.
Yeah.
It's
so
awesome.
cool, yeah.
I love any kind of cultural.
Same.
Oh yeah, because we're seeing
getting
it.
out of my comfort
Never
zone.
I never thought Murray County would be as diverse as it is, and here we are. Like just the start of it. I mean, it's pretty neat. to
It's pretty
watch.
cool.
So
Yeah.
speaking of traveling, you said you're traveling to Savannah. You touched on it a minute ago. Tell us about your DC trips. How often do y'all go, and who do you take with you, and what is the main purpose, and what goals do you guys try to achieve when you go to DC?
And I turn into a nerd when it comes to legislation.
And we don't have to get political at all. But
No.
You know what's the motivations for heading down there?
Well, first of all, you can't do anything if people don't know who you are.
Right.
So we first, in my previous chambers, we did the DC fly-in. It's a yearly thing. And I came here, and I was like, what has this chamber done? And, I mean, I just say it. I mean, I couldn't find any
chamber of
Black Bear. It was the chamber of Black Bear, and I love the Black Bear, but a man cannot live on Black Bear alone. So I thought we got to do stuff. A chamber is relevance. A chamber is fighting for businesses, not just for customers, but to keep taxes low and keep incentives and keep. I mean, you gotta have all of it. So I said, let's go to DC. Let's just plan it and see who wants to go, and people will pay to play. And so I said, let's try it. And I think we've done 3 already.
Awesome.
So the first one was just, hey, we're Murray. Heard of us?
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know where we're at? We're next door to this and down the street from that. So, and you know, it does. And like you said, it's not political. It's nonpartisan trip. We beg for money from everybody. We don't care what's behind their name.
You have to be in the business.
You do.
You take
do.
anybody's money in the business.
And a friend of mine kind of, bashed us on Facebook about talking to certain officials. I said, do you care where that money comes to fix that road or that bridge?
Right.
Then shut up.
Don't ask questions.
Yes.
So,
Do you want it fixed? Let's get it fixed.
Then, unless you have your checkbook out.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
Yeah. But anyway, we go and we talk about infrastructure, economic development, education, and business.
Nice. Okay.
And this year, we're going in February. Next year, and anybody can come. And you have to pay your own way. But we have a great a group dinner. We have a reception. We stay at Phoenix Park Hotel. It's right there on the Capitol Hills. It's not as expensive.
Nice.
We don't go and live it up. We try to budget. But people pay their way, and we've already got 2 applications in for millions of dollars to help with infrastructure. Now, if we get it, great. If we don't, great. We tried.
You got to shoot your shot.
So and we go back every year. Tim Wright went with us last year. He's school superintendent, and he was just really. I mean, it's just an honest conversation, like the Board of Education and the federal. Do you want it? Do you not want it? And honesty comes alive up there,
right?
And we just get to be very transparent to our legislators, R's and D's, and in between, and. If I'm on TikTok too much, and I do see some political celebrities, I love political celebrities. I might want to meet them. And every legislator, senators and Congress folks, they have a coffee that you could come one, come all. No matter where you're from, if they're from this state or that state, they don't care where you're from. If you want to come and say hey, and that's kind of cool. But we do have an audience with Marjorie and Ossoff and Warnock and their folks, and we tell them it's the same story 3 times, but you got to keep on. The greasy,
greasy wheel, the
squeaky wheel gets the grease. So Murray County is squeaky right now. So we're wanting money.
Any
we got
grease.
Any grease.
Anytime.
And the DOT,
McDonald's dump your grease on us.
Oh Lord, don't talk about grease traps. But we got the DOT up here. Because we got some situations. Now, they did pay some things, so hopefully people have seen the good.
Yeah, I seen the new little sidewalks over there with the little wheelchair ramps.
The little grids and the ramps.
That was nice. Yeah.
And it's a little smoother when you're going 41 south, 411 south.
Yeah.
Now down, they paved that, but we got a lot of infrastructure situations that is aging out. So
I have one suggestion while we're on that. This has bugged me for a while. I wish that we had like the fisheye lenses between the alleys. I'm always afraid I'm going to go a little too far out between the alley into the road, and somebody's going to be crossing those paths, and I know one day I'm just going to bump them. That's my rant for today.
Well, I like
the
that.
fisheye lenses.
Well, just remind me of that because I have to.
It's gotta be cheap.
I have to Google it to see what it looks like and stuff. So
yeah, it can't be that expensive.
But if it were, there's funding for that.
Might save a life.
And people don't realize there are so many untapped pots of dollars that that's what we're trying to do too. We're trying to say, okay, where can we get this? So I think Brittany Pittman. She works for ARC, which is Department of Cultural Affairs branch, and they're all kind of grants that she always brings to our attention. So if you see these projects going on, don't say that it's the city's wasting money or we don't have money, why can't do this. It comes from grant money, and that grant money has to go to that specific project that you applied for. So if you don't know, don't just get on social media.
But that's fun.
No, it's awful.
It's self-fulfilling.
It's fun if you talk about what's happening in your home or you got a new house. But just ask questions.
Yeah.
Call us but some people don't want to know.
No.
Yeah,
They just want to.
some people just want to gripe.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what we do.
Because if they know, they can't gripe.
Yeah, they can't. I mean,
Exactly. What a world that would be.
Yeah.
but hey, I do have a question. If there was a mascot for the chamber, what would it be, and why?
Well, we have one. It's Spencer Page.
Get him a black bear suit.
I tried to rent a black bear suit. There's no preacher.
Jeez.
Yeah.
If there was I've never been asked that question before.
Yeah.
I guess I would have to say a bear.
Would
Since
be a bear.
Since
you
we
need
do
to have a mascot that shows up to all the festivals and stuff.
Well, if you
Takes pics.
if you can get us the costume.
Yeah.
Well, if you get somebody small, they might could fit into Murray.
What
our little
is
stuffed bear
flip
that's in-
him and
I
somebody
got,
can
I got a stuffed bear in the basement. You want it? It scares me to death every time I go down there.
Yeah. Put it on
Murray's our
Spencer.
security guard at night.
I guess in my mind, Jerry, I might see a bear with some kind of like American flag wrapped around it, or
Oh, for sure.
I don't know. And I guess I could be a narcissist and say bear for Barry.
You definitely could use
But I,
that.
don't know.
if you wanted to.
I think that black bears,
Like a
people
bear.
think that we're known for that. I know every county in the South can pretty much say that.
I think the city in the chamber's done good with that. Continuing with that visual of the bear. You got to plug away and plug away and plug away and plug away and plug away.
Yes.
People will finally start to click when they see the bear.
Yeah.
To think
I
about.
planted a lot of seeds.
Yep.
Well, you might have saw the black bear that we had out, the little black cutouts that were
Yes,
they were in the
those were
islands.
There's a lot
super
more
cute.
this year, was there not?
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, we
okay,
found
I
out.
noticed that.
I didn't know there was like tons of them hidden
Yeah.
somewhere, so I found them. Well, actually, Spencer found them. I said, let's put them out. So I want to get some metal ones done, and businesses adopt a bear.
Oh, that
I
would
always
be
had the
super
thought
cute.
of like Dalton has the Peacock
Yes.
Alley to do that with bears.
Well, that might be coming.
Yeah, just have
Yeah.
all kinds of different
that would be
ones,
cute.
and make a scavenger hunt. Taking pics of each one and
Yeah,
tagging.
and they could paint them. As long as it's decent. You have to be careful what you allow.
Exactly.
If they paint their logos. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's in the works. I like that. So, and we also have another mural project in the works,
I like the murals.
I
Yeah.
love the mural, and so does I like
and
them.
kids do.
My
And-
kids love them.
and people that's never been downtown. It's just funny to me.
Yeah.
Well, I just love going. I mean, Chattanooga has some beautiful murals.
Yeah.
And it's like, why wouldn't you, as long as the art is good.
Sure.
Why wouldn't you? I know these buildings are historical and they, not a lot of people want to mess with them, but I mean, you want them to survive. You don't want them to be fossils and just
Right.
crumble.
And empty.
And
Yeah.
empty,
Yeah.
continue their use but I'm all for the murals.
Well, we
I
took
like
a beating when we painted the chamber white. But you know what? This building
yeah.
it was built in 1977. So I thought, if that's historical, I'm nearing my grave. So, because the building burned, like the historical building burned. So this was all newish. And to me, anything in the 70s is kind of ugly anyway. But I love that everybody knows exactly where we're at.
Oh, yeah.
That white building on the corner with the bear. And now I love the umbrellas in the alley. And we've only just begun. I mean,
Oh, it's exciting.
it is exciting.
A lot of good things to come. A lot of things have already came. You said y'all got to go to Savannah, so we're not going to keep you here too much longer. But I appreciate y'all's time. I said we were going to keep this under 20 minutes, and we're working on 50.
Really?
My gosh.
So we might break this thing up into two little episodes.
And we have a lot, and I guess I see you quite a bit, and I do appreciate your friendship, and I thank you for investing in downtown, and your building is beautiful.
Rick Hicks is our landlord, and I think that building was built in 1914. I might be wrong on the dates, but his relative, great grandfather, great, I'm not sure what it would have been, but hand laid the bricks by by hand, and it's got some cool features. And that was one reason that drew me there was we could have built where we were, and nice new walls and all that, and all the swanky new stuff. And A, it got too expensive.
Sure.
Super expensive. But B, I was like, why not move into somewhere that already has some character and some memories, and make it our own. So I felt like it was a better fit than. And it's hindsight's 2020. If I wouldn't have came to downtown with our salad bar, I might not have done it. But I'm glad we did, and it's worked out so far.
It's classy too.
We haven't burned that one down yet.
And a lot of my friends and family don't burn that one down.
Not that we did the first one. God, I would have never brought that on myself.
Oh, that was a sad day.
Oh,
but anyway. People from Dalton and everywhere, it's still, Little Rome is still a thing. It's still a destination. And so I'm excited that when they get here, they're like, oh, what else is here? So, like I said, and it's old, very probably passe, but high tides. And I think Murray is experiencing a high tide.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Well, Barry, Gentry, thank you for your time. And
yes, sir.
We will definitely do this again. Spencer, thank you for not coming over.
Yay, Spencer.
We'll get him here next time.
Well, thank you for having me, and let us know what the Chamber can do. And thank you. You're a member of the Chamber.
I am.
I had to remind people that if you own a business, come and talk to us.
Yep.
I think you'll like what we're doing.
I appreciate your time, Barry.
Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you.
Barry. Well, that was fun.